I'm seeking $100,000 for 0% equity in my company. But first, let me address the sharks in the room. Literally. My potential investors have evolved so far past human complexity that they've become actual sharks. That's what happens when you solve money. You lose your legs, and your empathy, and your ability to open doors without assistance. You see, when you have enough money, you evolve past human problems. You become a smooth, frictionless predator gliding through life, while the rest of us mammals are still trying to figure out health insurance. Let's introduce our sharks. Mark Cuban evolved past healthcare complexity by simply affording it. Now, he swims through prior authorizations that drown regular humans. Let me introduce our sharks. Mark Cuban evolved past healthcare by simply affording it. Now he swims through prior authorizations that drown us regular humans. Jason Fried evolved past workplace chaos by becoming his own ecosystem. He doesn't need legs because he never leaves his home office ocean. Sahil Lavingia evolved past payment friction by becoming the payment layer itself. Why walk to the bank when you are the bank? And Patrick Collison evolved so far, he's basically a prehistoric shark who's seen every pattern repeat since the Cambrian explosion. Sharks, I'm here to remind you what it's like to have legs, and problems, and mortality. See, I'm building the Humane Bottega, a Renaissance workshop for people who still have to walk on land and deal with complexity. See, sharks like you don't understand what it's like down here anymore. Mark, when was the last time you waited on hold with insurance? Sharks don't wait, they just eat the problem or buy the hospital. Jason, you wrote it doesn't have to be crazy at work from the peaceful ocean floor. Meanwhile, us land mammals are drowning in Slack notifications you'll never see because sharks don't use Slack. They use executive assistants. Sahil, you help creators monetize, but sharks don't create content. They just consume. One bite, move on. You've forgotten what it's like to hustle for your first sale. Patrick, you process billions in payments without friction because sharks are literally frictionless. Smooth skin, no resistance. Us mammals still have body hair and bureaucracy. So here's what I'm building. We find the people struggling with legs, the ones fighting insurance, taxes, employment systems, and we turn their struggle into navigation for others. We're the opposite of sharks. We're more like dolphins. Still mammals, still remember the land, but learned how to navigate the water. Now, I know what you're thinking with your tiny shark brains. Sorry, I mean your efficiently evolved neural systems. Why would I invest in helping humans I can't even relate to anymore? Because, Mark, you're running out of ocean. Eventually, you'll have eaten all the easy prey. You need the mammals to evolve, or you'll starve. The Bottega creates more fish for you to, more entrepreneurs for you to invest in. This sounds like it requires leaving my peaceful abyss. No, Jason. You can stay in your depth. Just send money. Sharks are great at throwing money at problems from a distance. It's called spray and pray, but underwater, it's just eating. What's the ocean addressable market? Every human still with legs, Sahil. That's 99.99% of humanity. You sharks are in the 0.1% who have evolved past problems. We're building for everyone you've left behind in your wake. This pattern seems familiar. That's because it is, Patrick. Even shark evolution is repetitive. You're just the megalodon bank with better teeth. The Bottega admits we're all just repeating patterns, but at least we're honest about it. Let me put this in terms sharks understand. Blood in the water. Right now, there's blood everywhere. It's the blood of humans drowning in complexity while you sharks swim overhead completely unaware. 47 million Americans fighting insurance denials? That's blood. 100 million people afraid of tax mistakes? That's blood. Everyone who's ever been ghosted after a job interview? Blood. Every small business killed by bureaucracy? Blood. You sharks smell blood and think opportunity, but you've evolved past understanding that it's human blood. Real suffering you can't feel anymore because you have cartilage instead of empathy. The Bottega trains lifeguards. We teach the drowning to swim. We turn victims into navigators. And here's the thing about evolution, sharks. Sometimes it goes backwards. Sometimes the fish crawl back onto land. Sometimes the successful remember what struggle felt like. I've actually written your evolutionary death scrolls. Here lies Mark Cuban's humanity, evolved into pure capitalism. Gills replaced his lungs, can no longer breathe regular air, only money. Here lies Jason Fried's legs, absorbed into his body. When he realized walking was inefficient, now he just floats, mistaking paralysis for peace. Here lies Sahil's hunger replaced by passive income. No longer hunts, just filter feeds on crater economy plankton. Evolution or atrophy? Same thing. Here lies Patrick's present tense. Lives simultaneously in past and future, never in the now where problems exist. Quantum shark transcending time, but missing life. You've all evolved so far, you've become different species. I'm trying to build a bridge between your ocean and our land. So here's my offer, delivered in shark language. For $100,000, which is like one tooth to you, you get to sponsor the evolution of mammals into navigators. Your name on the first bridge between ocean and land. You get the chance to remember what having legs feels like. You get to show the world proof that sharks can care about more than just eating. Or you can keep swimming in circles, eating smaller fish, pretending that's innovation. But remember, every shark dies alone at the bottom of the ocean. No one mourns predators. They mourn teachers, helpers, builders who remembered their humanity. Since you're sharks and can't actually speak human language anymore, I'll translate your responses. Marks out. General nibble from Freed. That means that could have been an email. Sahil's giving us a circle pattern, which means interesting, but I'll pass. And Patrick's giving us the old deep sea silence. So he's contemplating patterns in the abyss. Okay, so fine. Thanks, sharks. I guess I'll just build it myself with those legs that you've forgotten how to use. So, introducing the Bottega for builders who still have human problems. The first 10 founding members who aren't sharks, $1,000 for lifetime access. And to my shark friends, when you remember what drowning feels like, when you realize that your evolution has become isolation, when you want to matter more than you want to feed, the workshop is open. We even have a tank for recovering sharks called empathy. You should try evolving into it.